Hey, this is Shannon Kringen, Goddess Kring, in Seattle, and I've got my poetry book, Kringonian Pizzazz. It is now February 1st, 2024, and this is Kringonian Pizzazz, Kring Speak, Poetry, Goddess Kring, Shannon Kringen. Um, you even have my photo on the back, and it's Shannon Kringen, artist, art model, improvisational, creative, free-range human being known for hand-painting shoes and giving them to Tori Amos, and creating Opal Moonstone, art car covered in rhinestones, and doing improvisational monologues on public access TV every week for 15 years. Channel 29, Goddess Kring, documentary film in the works. And so there's my poetry book. There are, how many poems? There are 50 poems in here. A few of them towards the end are song lyrics by my father, Gus Kringen. So there's a list of all the titles, and there's just lots of poems in here, and I'm happy that I have this now. And I am wearing the necklace that I glued rhinestones onto, and I am wearing a shirt that I silk screened. It's too hard to show it on camera, but um, I am here at a house where I'm taking care of some cats. I'm taking care of a variety of cats and dogs. Yesterday, I worked with medical students acting out the death of a loved one in a simulation role play where doctor and nurse students need to practice how to interact with a family member who's grieving. So I have a really complicated freelance life of pet sitting, dog walking, cat sitting, cat walking. I say cat walking because I really do walk cat. If a cat wants to walk around the block with me, I'm happy to do that. I've had my mom and dad and I, all three of us have had cats that will walk with us. So I do actually walk cats for real. um, but today I'm going to art model. And I was just thinking that it was sad that I am so like scattered all over the place. And I'm good at many different things. I'm good at shoe painting and art modeling and medical modeling and silk screening and photography. And it's just that I jump around and do it all and I juggle it all. And instead of focusing on a few things I'm good at, I tend to jump around to 20 million different things that I'm good at. So at least I'm good at a bunch of things, but I find it a little sad sometimes. I have a little self-compassion about maybe I spread myself a bit thin. But then again, I have an interesting creative life. And I wanted to say that I'm going to write a new song, a country song with my friend Dave Flowers from Interactive Jack Records. And we are writing a song about a based on a true story because most of my song lyrics and poems are like rhymey, like metaphors that are kind of abstract and not clear what they mean specifically, as opposed to autobiographical storytelling type song lyrics. And so he said, "Hey, you got to tell this in a story." So it's a story about I hand paint shoes, and I have since 1986 when I was in high school in Whidbey Island. And I hand painted shoes for Tori Amos, and she wore them on stage at the Paramount in 1996. And I hand painted a top hat for Tom Petty, but I never got to meet him. May he rest in peace. And I never did meet Tom Petty in person, but I saw him in concert many times live, and I loved that band. I still love Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and Tom Petty solo, both. Um, and so I'm going to write a song about I threw these boots that I painted for myself in a dumpster. And then a few days later, because I got really mad and I had kind of a temper tantrum, and I threw a bunch of my record albums and my hand painted boots in a dumpster, feeling kind of self hatred and feeling like a loser or whatever, just going through a bad phase. And I was trying to clean my apartment out. So I just got mad and just threw a bunch of stuff away that I kind of regretted later. Long story. This was way back in the 90s. And a few days later, I walked past a secondhand store and I saw my hand painted boots that I had thrown away for sale in a secondhand store, a consignment shop or whatever you want to call it. And so, except they were only $9. The boots that I painted and spent probably 20 hours painting were on sale for $9. But I was happy. So I'm going to write a song about mention that I painted Top Hat for Tom Petty, um, and shoes for Tori Amos, and then shoes for myself that I threw away and then found in a secondhand store. It's just kind of a funny story, kind of bittersweet. And what else? And working on the Goddess Kring documentary film, but and I thought it would be funny if I can't find anybody else interested in being in my film, then I'll just do my film by myself, and I'll just do a 2-hour full-length documentary with just me and a bunch of different clips of me. But no, I'm going to have other people. I'm going to interview people about the Goddess Kring TV show that I did and try to figure out how to tell an interesting story about what compelled me to do that. And I felt trapped in my own prison shell of being shy and quiet and maybe on the autism spectrum without knowing it, or ADHD, or whatever you want to call me, just eccentric person that didn't know how to connect with people and had to find her own niche and sort of be her own Wizard of Oz hero. So the documentary film will have something to do with that. And I've heard from a couple people who like my show, and this one person that's neurodivergent said that it cheered him up as a teenager. I think he was 10 years younger than me. He was a teenager when I was in my 20s doing my show. I find that a lot of my hardcore fans that I've met, because I haven't met that many hardcore fans, but I've met a few people who said they really liked my show and they got a lot out of it when they were a teenager. They were like 16 and I was 26. So people born in about 1978 are the ones that seem to really appreciate, because I had an impact on them with my experimental show on public access where I would do monologues, and they were a teenager, and this guy said that I gave him hope that he could be his eccentric self and it was okay, and that because I was on TV being my eccentric self and it was okay. So that's a positive thing. I want the movie to be entertaining and inspirational to people who feel like outcast misfits, who can't find their place. And I'm here to say it's okay to be your full on authentic self and find your tribe in your whatever way possible. So, Kringonian Pizzazz Poetry. And that's the video for today. Bye for now. I'm trying to make a short video. So please subscribe and like my channel and spread the word. And I'm not super I'm not super duper popular, but that's okay because I'm kind of an eccentric person. I understand that, but I'm just doing my thing. So yeah, do your thing and I'll do my thing. Bye for now. This is Shannon Kringen, Goddess Kring in Seattle. Bye for now. And if you are a Goddess Kring fan, please answer my 5 or 6 questions and email them back to me, because we are using this to help us create the storyline of the Goddess Kring documentary. And if you want to be anonymous, that's fine. And if you want to be in our film or be interviewed for our film and be on camera, let us know. Or you can just be anonymous and answer the questions that would help us write our story. Thank you so much. Bye for now.